When we're talking about setting, we want to use that setting in a story to help us to suck us into the story, to feel like we are there. It's going to help us to feel like we're there, to see what's happening around us, to hear what's happening around us, maybe even to smell what's happening around us. Um, the setting really places you in that story. And so, setting is really important um, in helping you to understand that story completely and to feel like you're there. So, let's look at our anchor chart. Here's our anchor chart. And it says that setting is the place, the time, and the environment of a story. So, by place, it means where does it happen? It could be very specific. It could say it was in Jacksonville or it was at Mayport Elementary. It could be a little more general. It could say it was in their home, and you would picture probably your house or a house similar to yours. It might not tell what room it's in, but it might say Harry leaned on the stove. Well, I'm going to know that he must be at home in Aunt Petunia's kitchen. It might say something like it's in the jungle or it's in the desert or it's on a boat. All of those places are going to inform your picture of what's happening. The next element is the time. So, when does something happen? Sometimes it will say a specific time, like Harry had to catch the train at 9 o'clock at platform 9 3/4. So I'm going to picture platform 9 3/4 and I'm going to picture it as in the morning because that's what time he went there. It might be something like it's in the summer or it's in the winter, and that's going to um, help to build the picture. If it's in the fall, I might see lots of pretty trees if it's not happening in Florida. If it's in the winter, I might picture snow. If it's in the summer, I might picture a really hot, sweltering day, especially if it's in Florida. Um, Another thing it might tell you is where it is in history. So it might be in the 1800s, and I'm going to picture horses and wagons. It might be in the 1900s. So maybe I'm going to picture some of those early cars that people are driving in, going on around my action that's happening. Maybe it's in the 2000s, maybe it's today. And so it's fiction that's happening in around this time. It doesn't really change the picture or if it's in 2020 or 2018, but if it's in 1970, that might be a different picture. Definitely, if it's in 1920, that's a different picture. Or what if it's in the future? What if it's in the year 2520? That's going to be a different picture because I'm going to be imagining what it's going to be like way forward in the future. The last part is the environment. And the environment really adds, I think, to the feel of a story. So I'm going to picture it's cold, it's dark, it's stormy, it's rainy, it's sunny. Those pieces of the environment are going to shape what happens around it. So it says the setting affects what happens in the story. You're going to do different things in a kitchen than in a skating park. So it's going to affect what's going to happen. If Harry started skating in the kitchen, I think Aunt Petunia would react in one way. And if he were skating by himself, I don't think that it would matter to Aunt Petunia as much. The setting can change. So Harry can go from the Dursleys' house to the train station and then on to the onto Hogwarts. And the characters in the story are going to react to that setting. If it were a rainy day when Harry had to go to platform 9 3/4, I think the Dursleys might act differently, maybe even more grumpy. And when Harry was trying to find his way and he realized he was getting late, and there's puddles all around and he's trying not to get Hedwig wet, that's going to affect the way I picture it happening. So when you're working on setting, you want to look for clues in the words and in the pictures because setting is really important to our story. It helps us to understand what's happening and it helps to put us right there in the story. And that makes it a lot more fun, doesn't it? See you next time.